So I ended up missing the bus for that day because the system wasn't working right. So I'm feeling hopeful but defeated at the same time because I got my ticket for the next day back to Los Angeles, but I don't have but now I don't have nowhere to sleep for the night. Even though he said I can stay there for the night because no, they close it down because the buses come every so often, so they close it down at a certain time. This lady, she was telling me to stay in the bando. It was this bando like 5 minutes away, and she was like it's only common sense. But I'm like, hell no, it's common sense not to stay in that shit, because if I was looking for somebody, I would look to check in there too. So it's like I'm like, I don't want to really stay in the bando. So I went walking right back from where I came from. At this point, it's dark, it's nighttime and everything, and then here we go. I'm hearing the voices. I'm like, they done made it. They done made it to this side of town. I think it was Missouri. I'm not sure, but I think they made it. And then, cause I'm hearing the voices, and as I'm walking, I'm hearing, cause they was calling me the name of the other dude. They're like, damn. They're like, they said, damn, he got big. You feel me? Like, pretty much gained weight type. So, so from that point, let's see, I'm walking, and I'm like, I'm hearing different shit. I'm feeling the presence, whatnot. I tried to go chill by these trailer homes. I hopped the fence over. Didn't even know I didn't have to hop the fence. I could have just went around and in. But I hopped the fence over, and I'm thinking about laying there, and I'm just chilling there, and I'm thinking to myself, and then I'm hearing shit, and I'm just like seeing little shadows move and shit. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, so I don't feel comfortable. And then I hear somebody say, oh, he know we here type, like, so I get to going down the street, and that's when I heard them say, oh, he lost weight or whatever. I mean, he gained weight. So I keep walking, and I'm on my way down there, and then I was on my way to like this dark, shady area, and as I'm walking, the police pull up on me. He asked me if I'm all right. He pulled my name and everything. I told him, I don't want no drama. I don't want you to shoot me. I ain't got nothing on me. Feel me? I'm putting my hands up and everything, cause with everything that's been going on and all that, and how police been treating niggas, I don't want no problem. So I put my hands up. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot me. He was real cool. He didn't even have to check me. You feel me? That's how confident he was in me, I guess. He didn't even check me. I guess it's protocol to pat you down before you get in the back of a squad car. But he told me he'll give me a ride down the street, and he didn't even pat me down. He just let me get in the back of the squad car. All he did was run my name, and so he took me down the street. Told me he hoped everything goes good for me and everything. I end up in this parking lot. He asked me if I needed money or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I feel, I don't know, it's just something in me to not want to, I feel like I'm begging, or I don't know, it's just, I don't know. Something about begging, or just seeming like you need a handout, or you want a handout or something. It's just something, it's like my pride, my ego is just not letting me just do it. I don't know. Either I'll try and get it on my own, or I'm gonna take shit, like, I don't know. Not in a way to where it's gonna cause violence or do any violence to anybody else, but you know what I'm saying, just steal shit or, you know what I'm saying, I'll just take it out the store, something like that if I really need to, or I'll just try and get it on my own like I am now, trying to get it on my own. So I get out the squad car and I'm noticing all these people riding around, breaking their necks, looking at me and shit. I'm hearing motorcycles back and forth, back and forth. I'm walking the parking lot. Now I'm seeing people hop out their cars and start walking the parking lot. The mall was closed, but they just walking around the parking lot. People chilling in the parking lot. I'm walking around, seeing everything unfold. I'm guessing this was all them. So I'm walking around, and I didn't even want to go to the park because I was about to go to the park. I'm hearing voices already down at the park. So I'm like, and that's where the officer told me I can go if I wanted to go into a large area, a large space or whatnot. He said it was a lot of space. But once I heard the voices already there, I'm like, I'm good. I ain't gonna go that way. So I stopped going that way. Turned around. Pretty much wandered the area. So now I'm like, I gotta try to get lost on them. Like, I don't know, cause now I'm seeing everybody looking at me. I'm seeing all the eyes and everything. I'm like, yep, they all on me. And this is when I first noticed that it was the mob. This is where my head first noticed. I said, the mob from LA is out here. I already had it in my head after all this had went on. So I'm walking the parking lot, and I see this restaurant. I forgot what the restaurant was called. I could have sworn the first time I passed it, the shit was closed. I went inside the gate in the back area, and now the door is open. So I thought it was strange, but then I was just like, nah, maybe it was just open. Or I'm like, am I tripping? It was already open. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I was like, whatever, it's shelter, I can get in and lock it. So I went in there and I locked it up. The door was hard to open. So yeah, the door was hard to open. Even when it unlocked, it was hard to open. I guess something was wrong with the door. It was jammed or something. So I was in there. I started getting paranoid because I'm hearing mice running around in there and everything. The floor was dirty, so I'm just like feeling disgusted at laying down on the ground, and I'm hearing the mice at the same time. I'm like, they're gonna come crawl up my leg, and I'm thinking all kind of shit. And so I got paranoid and started thinking about the rasp that they was telling me what happened to my brother. And that's what that train ride, that's where I learned about all that stuff. That's why I said probably I'll tell it in a separate story or something like that, in its own way. But that's how I learned about all that. They started telling me about what happened to my brothers and all this, and I don't know if they was making it up or not, or I don't know. We gonna see. But I didn't want that to happen to me just being stuck, locked in an area, and they know I'm in there, and they can just come in and do it to me. So I came back out, and I started hiding by this bush. I saw a car in the cut just waiting, looking. So I got up from the bush, and then I went back inside the place where I was just at. So I actually, before that, I checked around the area also. So then I got paranoid again, came back out, looked around, the car was gone. So I'm chilling by the area, and this time I'm just sitting out there, and then I was just like, dang, like, I forget, like it's cold or something, or I was like, they can find me if they shine the light over here. They'll see me just sitting right here. So I was like, it'll be better if I go back inside the door and just and chill. So I went back inside the door. I went back inside the door, and then I'm in there, and then I think some hours later, I'm trying to sleep or whatnot. I'm in there laying like a mummy. I'm trying to sleep or whatnot, and then now I'm hearing like you can hear somebody lightly trying to unlock the lock, because you can hear the lock just snap, like you can hear so now I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I should get up and try and lock it back, or because if I try to get up and lock it back, now they know somebody in here for sure. So but I didn't know the whole time. My mind was on the shit, so they knew I was in there anyway. So if I had known that, I would have just got up and locked it back. So I was in there, and now I'm hearing somebody pushing against the door. It sounded like they was beating their shoulder against the door, trying to push the door open, and they was like saying it's hard to get in, or I think he holding the door, or shit like that. I heard them pushing up against the door with their back. It sounded like they was trying to get in, but I wanted to keep the door closed, but at the same time, I just wanted to seem like nobody was in there, but they knew I was in there. So so pretty much I'm letting this shit happen, and I guess they couldn't get in. So I'm hearing them in the bathroom. They're in the bathroom washing their private parts. I already know this because now I'm smelling Peabody, or whoever that was. I'm smelling Peabody, and so I guess they went and washed their private part. And then while they was washing their private part, I was thinking I might as well try to dip out. But at the same time, I was like, I should probably stay. So I could have dipped out, but I didn't. And then the person came back. So the person came back, and then you can hear him just waiting by the door pretty much. And yeah, I'm there for some hours, and then I hear the little bird call. It was like a bird call. I thought they was using their voice back then, but they was really using a whistle. It was a whistle, and pretty much it was like I knew exactly what that shit was. For some reason, it just clicked. When I heard the call, the first thing that popped up in my head was mob. Like when I heard it, I don't know how it clicked, but it just clicked. And I think my nose had ran or something like that, and I sniffed or something, and it sounded just like the bird call. And they said he did it back. And so now they know I was in there. So I'm thinking this in my head, but they know I was in there. So I hear somebody saying, you got lucky this time, don't let us catch you like this next time, something like that, and you hear a car pulling off. So I stay in there about an hour or two more. I hear the employees start coming to work. So you know I've been dealing with this all night. I got there at night, and now it's morning time, 6, 7 in the morning, and you hear the employees come in to work. They came into work. I guess the person was still in the restaurant, because you hear the employee yell like, oh, like some shit like that. And I'm like, damn. I said, did he just kill him, or like what the hell just happened? And then I hear somebody go shh, and then it gets quiet. And then I hear the employees later on, like 10, 15 minutes later, and was like, yeah, he looking for 3. So I'm like, yeah, I know who that is. So now I know who Peabody is. Like I know who that is. So I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm tired. I'm just about to get out of here. So the door was hard to open. It was even hard for me to get out. I had to use tools to pry the door open. I used tools to pry the door open, and then pretty much I looked around, didn't see nobody, so I just came walking out. I walked out, and once I got out of the restaurant area, it was just like a breath air. I mean, I said it. Shit, I'm probably just like I don't know. I don't know, but it was a breath of fresh air. I see the sun is up, the birds is out, and I'm like, I made it. And then I hear somebody say, "You almost died." I guess he was holding something like a submachine gun or something like that. I don't know. And from the rasp that I was hearing, I'm pretty sure that's probably what he was holding. And they were saying he almost died, and he acting like it's a regular day. With me, a lot of people they like to get panicky. They like to get like, I don't know. A lot of people they get like, I don't know. I feel like they let their emotions get the best of them, and they get like real panicky. So when everybody else is in a panic, I'm chilling. I'm cool. I'm regular. I don't know. So while everybody else is in a panic, I'm just like it's regular daylight. I'm just chilling. So that's pretty much what it was. And I'm hearing somebody like, yeah, he almost just died, and he just out walking like it's a regular day. And I pretty much dismissed that whole situation. I was grateful that I made it out. I went by the mall area, sat down for a little bit. I didn't have the iPhone no more. That got stolen. So I was like, why do I need the charger for? So I threw the I put the charger on the bench for somebody to pick it up. All the psychoactive meds that they gave me at my discharge from the mental health facility, I put that all in the trash. This lady, she came, she saw me put it all in the trash, and she came and picked it up. She came in, I guess she was taking pictures and picked it up. So I knew they was doing something on the app to where they was trying to expose me. I knew it had something to do with exposing at that point, like exposing he got mental health issues. Oh my God, type like, I don't know, but yeah, that was that. And then I went to Target, and this is where I was suffering from the effects of the medicine or the pills that they had me on in the mental health facility. I was trying to use it like number 2, and I just couldn't. It was so difficult. It felt like it was just a golf ball stuck in me that I couldn't push out. It had my rectal area weak. The muscles wouldn't push at all. It's normal now. The effects went away, but at that point, that's when it was at its weakest. It just had my area that area was weak, and I just couldn't push. No matter, it was hard to push. And I knew that was the effects of the medicine that they had me on in there. So and I hear like different people talking and stuff like that. It wasn't aggressive stuff. It was just people talking like that's the effects of the drugs, or I bet it's hard to use it, huh? It feels like a golf ball, huh? They just saying shit that I was thinking pretty much. So I come out the bathroom, and then pretty much I just got this feeling like everybody know me. Like, I don't know, I just had this feeling. So just the way you can just tell how people act, or you just see that side eye, or you see people riding by cracking their neck to look at you type. So I'm like, yeah, I know what it is. Even out here, like I'm way in the rural area, and they still know. So I'm near the prior day the prior day when the dude told me about the ticket or whatnot, and I had to get the ticket for the next day. I had talked to this dude, and I thought he would treat me different because he was wearing the Trump hat, and there's stereotypes about people like that towards people like me. So I thought he was gonna tell me I had to get up out of his area and leave, because the first thing he was telling me was like, when he pulled up, was like, he like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I thought he was gonna tell me I had to get up and go. He was like, yeah, this is my church. We own this whole area and all this, and I was like, okay. So I thought he was about to tell me to get up and go. But he like, you doing all right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, you want some soda, some water? And I'm like, sure. So he gave me some soda and a Gatorade or water. And then he was like, never mind, let me have the soda back and I'll exchange it for a Gatorade. He gave me a Gatorade and a water. He was like, you want this candy bar? He gave me a candy bar and like something else, I forgot. I was just happy I was getting something to eat. So I took everything. Then he told me, he was like, you need a shower? He was like, my church, we got showers and stuff. If you need to take a shower, you can come by tomorrow at this time, and you can come take a shower. You can come to service if you want, and everything. And pretty much, I'm thinking he was gonna be an asshole to me and whatnot. And but he was cool. He was cool. So I was grateful for that. I told him if there was any, I told him, I was like, is there any witches? Because I was, at this point, I'm still thinking there was witches. I'm like, is there any witches in the area and stuff like that? Because I experienced like these demonic entities near me and stuff, and they be whispering and talking to me. And he was like, nah, them demons know not to come over here. This is holy ground. Yeah, that was that whole conversation. So fast forward through all the night and everything to the next day. I'm trying to go to that service after I came from Target, because I went to Target to use the bathroom. So I went to Target, and after I came from Target, I walked down the street, and I didn't even know how much time had passed, because he told me to come at 11 or 12, and by the time I got down there, I guess it was already 1 o'clock. So I got down to the church and everything's closed down already. And I hear people saying you missed the whole thing already. So, but now I'm thinking, because now I'm hearing shit also, I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Maybe the whole thing was just a rasp. Like, maybe it was really no service and they was just telling me that, and it didn't matter what time I got there. Maybe it would have been closed regardless. But yeah, I got there late. Everything was closed. So that was that. I get down to, I'm walking down to the bus station, and then everybody telling me that that pretty much the mob was on their way, or Peabody was on his way. They said Peabody, he about to come yelling down the street. That's what they tell me. Like, he about to come yelling down the street. He mad. I'm like, he must be mad because I'm going back to LA and he gonna be stuck here. Cause I'm thinking this whole time he's like, either I thought he was hitchhiking or I thought he was just walking all these areas, and that's why it took him some time to get there. Cause every time I get to a new area, it'll take me some time to notice that they was in the area. So but yeah, they telling me he gonna come marching down the streets yelling. So I'm sitting at the bus station the whole time waiting, like, he about to come yelling down the street and shit. I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna get to see him again and all this and know that it's him type. Cause I can smell them, but I never seen them again since I was in Kansas City. Yeah, that was Kansas City. So that wasn't the area. The other area, there was another area that we was in also when I was actually getting the actual rasp. Kansas City, I wasn't even there long enough to even get rasped by anybody in Kansas City. It was the other area of Kansas that I was in. So that's that. They told me if I continued to go down the road, all I was gonna do was do a circle back into Kansas. Cause at one point I thought about just keep walking. I was just gonna keep walking down the road. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting there for some hours. Dude never show up. It was like people from day one that was there that wasn't catching a bus, but they was there still. Cause I would ask them like, you catching the bus? What bus you catching? Oh no, I ain't catching the bus. I'm trying to sell this ticket, or they say, oh, I'm not catching the bus. I'm just chilling, pretty much. Like people is just there hanging out. I'm noticing the people pull up, the gas station getting full again. All these people getting gas and cars just pulling up. People getting out, just chilling on their car and stuff, eating on the car, and they just there. So I'm there. And I started thinking that my bus wasn't gonna show up. And cause I'm like, all this bullshit I'm experiencing, I'm thinking about the same thing that happened in Cheyenne. I'm like, they're gonna do me the same way. The bus is not gonna show. So I'm thinking the bus wasn't gonna show. And by the graces of God, the bus showed up. I'm like, here I go. I'm coming back to LA, man. They told me it was more liberal here and everything. I'm thinking it's like a sigh of relief. Like, I'm finally about to be back in the city, because I spent a lot of time in the country parts, the country areas, and spent a lot of time hiding in bushes and just living like a savage animal. Living on the outskirts of the cities. Yeah, hiding in bushes, running through bushes, sleeping in the grass. I just felt like a savage animal, and I'm finally coming back to the city where I'm gonna see cement again, like, cause I was in a lot of dirt areas. Like now I get to see cement and city life and city stuff. I'm like, I'm glad to be coming back type. And so I get on the bus. The bus came. I get on the bus. I'm happy to be coming back. We're going through all the areas to come back. I get to we get to Oklahoma, and they said like Oklahoma was cool. I ain't gonna lie, it was cool. Nobody was on that in Oklahoma. I got there, nobody was tripping like that. People was pointing to the hood and they was showing me the hood, but it was like nobody was tripping. Like it was cool. So I wait for my layover. Everything is going good. Get back on the bus. Next stop. I don't even remember keeping 100. We had a few stops, but the stops that I remember the most was Oklahoma and the other city next to Oklahoma. I don't know, Tulsa. That's what they told me. Tulsa. They said Tulsa was wearing masks and whatnot, and they was saying that it was gonna be a setup in Tulsa. But when we got to Tulsa, it was straight. From what I saw, it was cool. I did notice people riding around looking and stuff, though. I did notice that. I did notice the people rasping different stuff like, oh, he think he all that and stuff like that. And I did notice like there was these two dudes following me around and shit. I noticed that. Like walking around the area, going around the buildings and stuff like that. So I just went to the cut by myself, and until it was time to get back on the bus. Got back on the bus, coming back, and this is where we stopped in Arizona. And Arizona has its own story for itself. But to start off, the story in Arizona, people were saying in Tucson, they were saying that people was gonna do something to me in Tucson. But when we got to Tucson, because they talking about sniper rifles and all kind of shit going on in Tucson, and we got to Tucson, and we took our break there, and I just keep thanking God that nothing happened or whatever. And now I'm just seeing that they were just harassing me, trying to get my mind in a fucked up state of mind, thinking that everybody is after me, paranoid type. So from that point, I can't even think of the other city that we stopped in. We stopped in another city in Arizona, and on the way there, I don't know, they picked up this crazy girl. I don't know where she got picked up at. Yeah. So yeah, Arizona got its own story, but this girl got picked up. I don't know where she came from. All I know is she was going to Cali too, and I knew she was crazy because she was rasping everything that was going on, every single thing. But she was telling me everything that was going on. So they say she was denouncing me back then, but I'm not sure. So so I'm thinking she crazy because she's just talking to herself, but she's saying